Welcome to Small Town Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Ben. Randy is not here. He said he might be, but didn't show up. And our guest didn't show up. So Red comes in at the last minute and says, hey, I'm just sat down at the studio. So we'll see if we can make something happen here today.
Hell yeah.
I told everybody else in the group that we're going to join, so we'll see if we get more people popping in and out. I don't know. Because I know that Inner Circle is doing a show right now, so they're probably all busy.
Oh yeah.
And are you on a network? I didn't know.
No.
No? You guys just decided to
We're indies right now, man.
What do you got? What have you been up to? It's been a while.
Well, Paycheck and Red took a 2-month hiatus. Paycheck had some personal stuff going on, his work. His truck driving job has been a pain in his ass, so he hasn't been able to get on. So we just decided to take an indefinite break, I guess. But been doing Shitty Song of the Week with Brandon, been doing just a podcast. I'm
just trying to start your own show, right?
Yeah, trying to start my own shit. I'm still trying to line up like some guests because it's pretty much like what everybody does, just all in one big show, I guess. Yeah. I'm doing like loose interview stuff, you know what I mean, like rapid fire random questions, just talking about any and everything, really, just whatever comes up. I mean, nothing special, but I've been working on my intro music. I had a guy dude, I found some hip hop ish music to use from my intro music, and I wanted to put like some flow in it. I guess I don't know what the kids say these days, but I wanted to put like some bars in there. Yeah. And I'm too white to rap. Yeah, I'm too white to rap, so
I might be too.
Jody B turned me on to a guy, and he hooked me up, and nice. I just got it back yesterday. It sounds pretty dope.
Well, sweet. Yeah, I was thinking about sending your shit to some people I know too, because I know some rappers. We've had them on the show a time or two, right. A couple of them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard my songs, but they are not good. So when you asked me, I was like, I could try, I guess, but I don't know if it's gonna work out.
I mean, if it sounds anything like Todd shit, I probably don't want it.
Oh, it does. That's what I was gonna say. I heard you on who are these podcasts?
Yeah.
And I think you guys were talking about. No, you weren't talking about Todd, were you? Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Me and Brandon are supposed to go on a bonus show with Carl and do some stuff about Todd, but we were on WATP for Vinny Beetle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so far off his radar, he doesn't even know who I am, but yeah, we were going to think about doing a Todd episode. I remember talking to you about it. I don't know why we never got that done. Because I work 13-hour shifts, probably. This week's fucking rough. I get home till like 7:30 in the morning this morning.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, they keep deciding to send me all the way to the other side of the state constantly. So it's been fun.
What are you running, like fuel or something? What do you haul?
Yeah, I'm a tanker.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's stores that are all, which is 4.5 hours. I picked up a load in Salt Lake, so I think it takes 6 hours from Salt Lake to get to Jackson. So that was fun. Yeah. We were going to talk about fucking Todd, I guess. I thought I was going to try to come up with an episode, but I don't have like any clips or anything. I'm sure you don't either.
Oh, no. When I cut my ties with Todd, I cut all my ties with Todd. But I hear that he's a hard dude to find his shit now. You can't hardly find Todd stuff anymore.
I have some stuff. I wish I knew how to work anything, like a producer would, because then I could pull up, because I do have some stuff. And I turned some of his stuff into like an intro. I might have some stuff on my phone. Hang on. Well, don't hang on. Keep talking. This is an audio medium.
Yeah.
But
whenever we were talking with Carl on WATP the other day, he had mentioned a couple things, and me and Brandon were talking about some stuff, and I hear that you can't find any of his shit. You have to dig for it.
Yeah.
And that he has so many fucking podcasts now that he doesn't even remember which one he's recording for.
I got this guy. Hang on. Here we go.
Do you enjoy entertainment? Have you wasted money or time not knowing what to expect?
Well, look no further.
The Chewed Gum Podcast is your answer.
It's a plastic blast.
We are the Gruesome Twosome and Seamus and Luke. We find the latest entertainment and give you our views and hopefully save you time and money. So come listen to the Gruesome Twosome.
Okay, who is Luke? Who's the Gruesome Twosome here? Because I don't remember him ever having a co-host.
He had somebody after I left.
I think that was like his very first thing ever.
Oh, I don't know. It might have been before me, but I know he had another co-host for 727 or whatever the fuck it was we done. He had a guy come in and to take my place, but I don't know what the fuck his name was. Couldn't tell you.
Something here called the Todd Experience. What the fuck is that?
Oh God.
That fucking bullshit Drama City Productions. That's probably what it is. It's one of these fucking douchebags who looks like a turtle talking shit. But I'm telling you too, right now, homie, you can come see me.
Yeah, that's him talking shit on us on Delvin Cox Experience.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, Vinny Beetle and Todd are the same fucking person.
Yeah, could be.
No, I mean, I know, like they're literally not, but they could be.
I have the Tuesdays with Mari promo also.
Tuesdays with Mary. Yeah.
I don't know why I have these. Why do I have these?
Skadoosh. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Famous Seamus, the host of the Tuesdays with Mary podcast. We are a 420-friendly podcast designed to eliminate...
Famous Seamus. Skadoosh. I should clip that.
Yeah.
Just the skadoosh part and put it somewhere.
Yeah, me and Brandon were on that show a couple times.
Yeah, you guys had a movie review show too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
At one point. I don't know, man. There's a whole stigma around that guy, and people try to talk him up to get on other shows, such as Who Are These Podcasts, which is fine, I guess. That's what you want to do, but
oh yeah, there's a whole cult following for Todd.
Oh, there is.
On the WATP Discord chat. Like a whole entire following. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he was on my network for probably 2 years, I think. He was like the first person on. I think you came on right after him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most of the interaction I had was arguing with him about what to do with it. Because he always had like his own opinion on how I should run the network and stuff, which is fine. I didn't care if people, gave me suggestions and stuff. But when I remember when me and you would come up with an idea, he'd always argue and say, no, we don't want to do that. Let's not do that.
Right.
And just like getting in fights with people, other shows on the network about stupid shit.
Yeah. Dude, Seamus put a bad taste in everybody's mouth over network shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. He just made it a bad experience for everybody.
Yeah, we weren't really prepared to talk about him, but I just remembered that we were going to try to do a show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any clips of Todd at all.
No, we need the podcast hitman or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Oh, yeah.
He's always got shit tons.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the WATP Discord chat, like there's a separate chat just for Todd talk.
I know. I used to be a part of that server.
And it's nothing but like clips of Todd shows. It's crazy.
I was in a lot of different servers. I'm not in as many now. I do have my own, which you guys can join if you want. Yeah. But I had a falling out with some people, so I left a lot of the servers because people were assholes, and I just like, all right. But
that's why I stay out. That's why I stay out of Discord, man. There's too much going on in that shit.
Well, there was for a little while we had some trolls, like a troll following, I guess. Yeah, that's what we called them. I mean, they're just people, but they're kind of assholes sometimes, and I just kind of got tired of it. It's like I'm tired of the negativity, man. Like if you don't like my show, that's fine, but I don't have to hear about it every day,
Right.
I mean, I don't have to invite you into my life so that you can say you hate my show to me every day. It's like, all right, I get it, man. Thanks. I'm just going to let that die. That's what I did there.
Yeah.
So I left a lot of servers, pissed a lot of people off, but it's fine. Just moving on. Live your life. So what kind of guests did you have in mind for your show?
Any and everybody, man. It doesn't necessarily have to be podcasters. You know what I mean? Like it could be anybody. I'm kind of basing it around, and this is kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but Snoop Dogg has a show on YouTube called the GGN Network. Are you familiar?
No. I'm familiar with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he has his own little YouTube channel thing going on, and he calls it the GGN Network. And of course, Snoop has famous people on, obviously, but
yeah,
he does a loose interview, like rapid fire, like make people choose between two things. You know what I mean? Or what's your favorite pair of sneakers of all time? If you were stranded on an island, what 3 albums would you take with you? Stuff like that. So I'm asking every guest the same series of questions during every show.
Yeah.
So every guest will give different answers, but it's just a loosely based interview type thing. You know what I mean? And from that series of questions comes the conversation, I guess. But I don't really have a specific kind of guest. I don't guess, but I mean, it could be podcasters. I'm pretty sure 90% of them will be. But I'm looking for people that don't podcast, that just want to come on and hang.
Well, Zoom and StreamYard make that a hell of a lot easier because we used to just get in-house guests all the time, like people we knew from around town and friends and stuff. But since the COVID and, people getting StreamYard and Zoom, and it kind of opens it up to the world instead of just in your
me and Brandon just have switched over to StreamYard. Skype's connection was getting to be shit, man.
I was never a fan of Skype because I think the first time you were on this show, we did Skype. Rough.
Yeah, the connection just started becoming shit. I guess just because everybody's at home now and everybody was on it and everybody was hanging or just getting on Skype calls or whatever. But we went to StreamYard.
They're saying Zoom was kind of shitty too now.
Well, we done
something.
I was just on Delvin's show a week or so ago, and he does Zoom, and I was actually impressed with the connection and the whole entire thing. It wasn't bad at all.
Huh. Yeah, I was supposed to do Delvin's show weeks ago, and obviously I have not done that, and I wanted him on my show, but he has not. We just never match up. But if he's listening right now, hop on, Delvin, because I know he's in the fucking group. Piece of shit.
Yeah, like whenever me and Paycheck first started doing the podcast thing, Delvin wanted to get us on when we first met him. And for the 2.5 years that me and Paycheck podcasted together, we never could line up a time to get on with Delvin. Never.
Yeah. I did a show years ago. It's been a while.
But last week before last, he hit me up and was like, hey, you want to try to do the show? And I'm like, yeah, what day? And he tells me, and I just happenstance, I didn't have anything going on. So I hopped on, spent an hour with Delvin.
Yeah, he was probably one of my first podcast friends. So I've been doing this 3 years now. I think a year in, I think I did his show. I can't remember how long ago it was, but it was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers that. It's on my Patreon if you guys want to find it there. You can't.
Yeah.
Everybody's always talking about their Patreon. Like, we do extra episodes and all this shit. And I'm like, well, what's on there's on there. So there's some stuff if you want it. But
yeah, me and Brandon are putting together a Patreon now, actually.
I've heard a lot of podcasts are going to, sounds a little odd, but OnlyFans. I think we talked about this in the group.
Yeah, we talked about going to OnlyFans, and because me and Brandon do the shitty song of the week where we review bad music, so we thought I seen a couple people in the chat talking about OnlyFans, so I mentioned it to Brandon. It was kind of a funny conversation because it immediately went to us reviewing bad porn.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, because everybody says OnlyFans is just for tits and ass.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I heard a podcast going over there.
If we were going to go on OnlyFans, it would only be,
tits and ass.
Yeah, it would be tits and ass. So why not make a paid show where we review bad porn, or we watch Two Girls, One Cup, and we react and talk about it, or one guy, one jar, or whatever those videos are, and just review pornos and stuff, But
I've never heard of One Guy, One Jar, but I'm intrigued.
It's a dude that I think he's like Czechoslovakian or Romanian or something like that, but he sits on the equivalent of a pickle jar.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see that.
And when he's sitting on it, as he's sitting on it, it breaks in his ass. And the rest of the entire video is him picking shards of glass out of his huge prolapsed asshole.
Shards of glass.
Shards of glass. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but we talked about it, but it's never probably. I mean, if it happens, it'll be just a every now and again thing.
We've done that on this show a few times. Just watched disgusting shit and then reacted to it.
Right.
I don't know if people were into that or not, but it was kind of fun and disgusting. I think we've had people throw up during the show. Some of the stuff we watched.
I've been on whenever Brandon had Sack 'em Up. I was on Sack 'em Up one time, and I can't even remember what we were talking about now. It was one of those off the wall sex positions that you never heard of, that there's a name for. And Brandon's girlfriend dry heaved and threw up in the background of the show.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like shock jock radio. That's kind of what we were doing when we first started the show.
Right.
And we kind of turned it more into like an interview-esque show, I guess.
You guys have like a lot of bands and stuff on, don't you?
Yeah, we have been recently. That's what I should have done. Hindsight this week is try to find another band, but
right.
I went with a buddy who, ghosted. Fuck you, Cody. By the way, if you're listening to this. But yeah, it's been fun getting to know bands, and we like to, we're just a hangout show. So before the show starts, I tell them like, just so you know, this isn't really an interview show, but we are gonna try to get to know you. That's kind of how we like to keep it. But yeah, they've been super, super cool. Most of them have followed us everywhere, share all our stuff.
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping to get some free concert tickets when you guys are around this area.
Does Wyoming even have coronavirus?
It's actually tripled in like the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it wasn't bad at first. We had like 10 cases for the first 4 months, and then now it's like taken off.
Yeah, dude, the state I'm in, West Virginia, was it actually was the last state to get a case. We went for weeks and weeks and weeks without any cases while the whole entire country was eat up with it. And then we finally got our first case. Now we're up to like 2,000 and something.
Delvin said that he's sitting with the kids right now, being a responsible parent. Throw that out there, that he's being a responsible parent. Wait, Delvin's a dad?
Yeah. Delvin's got a couple teenagers, I think.
Yeah, I know. Just fucking with him. That was like a running joke in the chat room there.
Oh, okay.
That Delvin was a runaway dad, I think. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Not get into that in this climate,
Right.
that we're in. It shouldn't make.
Are they burning down shit in Wyoming too?
Nah. No, there was a couple protests. I was surprised in our little town there on Main Street. But the thing of it is, we've got a lot of rednecks here who own guns. So half of the street was Black Lives Matter protests, and the other half was Protect the Cops.
Oh shit!
Protests with like AKs and such. So there wasn't any problems. But I don't know, man.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around Wyoming rednecks.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
People around here, they're a little backwards on some things.
Right.
But it is what it is. It's what you grow up in, I guess.
Yeah.
You have 30 cases? No, we had like 300 cases here. Somebody just hit up in the comments.
Yeah. Oh no, we have like for like the first couple of weeks, we only had like 1 or 2 cases in the whole state. And then once New York got bad and Myrtle Beach got bad and Pennsylvania got bad, then we started picking up cases a lot. Plus they started testing more. So I'm sick of it though. Fucking sick of the coronavirus.
Yeah, well, so we didn't have any cases for a long time, and then we got a huge spike, and then they linked it back to one bar here in town. So everybody went out and partied one night, and everybody got it. I mean, was it worth it? Probably. But
yeah, but how do people just automatically get it when you don't have any cases to start with?
I don't know. It was during Memorial Day, I believe. So we probably had a lot of people from Utah, and Utah was hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Salt Lake.
Yeah. Right.
Because every time there's an event going on, Utah comes up here for some reason. Fucks everything up. We have better beer. We got fireworks. We got porn. We got all the stuff that they want.
Oh, Utah's a dry state, huh?
They have like 3.2% beer, I think, and we got like 5.5.
3.2.
It's a Mormon state, man. Mormon-run state.
Yeah, 3.2. What the fuck's the point in making it if you're only going to make it 3.2? You may as well be drinking O'Doul's or something.
I heard that Budweiser was going to stop making 3.2 in general, so they either needed to raise it in the state or not have any beer. I think that's happening now.
Who's the biggest distributor in Wyoming? Anheuser?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We don't get much craft beer or anything like that around here. I mean, they're starting to do a little bit better. Wyoming whiskey has taken off quite a bit.
Wyoming
Mark says Utah has 5% beer now, so they did up it. But yeah, Wyoming whiskey's gotten pretty popular. Have you heard of the podcast Legion of Skanks?
Yeah.
I was listening to that time, and they did an advertisement for Wyoming whiskey. I was like, what the fuck? So it's getting around. It's getting out there.
Hell yeah. Is it exclusively just in Wyoming, or is it distributed all over the country?
All over the country, I guess, if they're getting in New York and shit.
I'm a whiskey collector, I guess you could call him. Yeah.
Connoisseur.
Yeah. I like to get my hands on all the weird stuff. I went like all over like half the state of West Virginia looking for the Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Screwball whiskey. Shout out to Kelsey Hudgens.
Yeah, and it was right here at my back door in a convenience store the entire time.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my buddy likes Screwball.
It's not bad.
What is I'm trying to think of their slogan now. Kelsey says it all the time. Fuck. I don't know.
I don't see a lot of advertisement for it, so I wouldn't know what the hell the tagline is.
The only advertisement I see is from the Kelsey Hudgens show.
Yeah, I don't know.
His brother-in-law is one of the original members who created it, so he's got their sponsorship on his podcast. Even though Kelsey's been alcohol-free for like 7 years.
Right.
But
hell yeah.
He talks about them all the time. I guess if my brother was doing something, I'd talk about it, but he's not. shout out to my brother who doesn't have any ambition.
Yeah, shout out to my brother who doesn't exist. I don't have a blood brother. I've got a lot of guys I call. I got a lot of guys I can call brothers, but I don't have actual brothers.
Yeah. Brother with an A.
Yeah, brothers with an A.
Oh man. Anyways, so what was your plan when you sat down in the studio? What were you planning to do?
I was doing some editing for just a podcast.
Oh, I thought somebody was calling me.
And I still will when we get done. I still will when we get done here, but you know.
What's editing? What's that like?
I enjoy it actually. I'll smoke a couple bowls and get to editing, and I usually get it done pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I have much. Hang on.
Do you not edit your show at all?
No, I don't think I ever did it even when we started doing the show in the first place. I think the most editing I do is I add the song of the week and the intro, and that's about it. Like I level it, what is it called?
Levelator?
Yeah, it's kind of something like that. So I'll clip, I don't even record locally. I'll clip the audio from the video from YouTube or whatever, and then just throw it into my editing software and add some things natural. What is it fucking called? Level. And that's about it. And I said, all right, good enough. I got a little outro clip that my kid did for me a couple of years ago. He's like, thanks for coming. Bye-bye. I add that into at the end of every episode. Wyoming whiskey is just, what is that? A Chris whiskey. Designer whiskey from Cowboy State. Sorry, people are in the comments talking about Wyoming whiskey. I guess I could throw them up. I always forget that I can do that. There you go, everybody.
Just Ledoux, a Chris Ledoux whiskey?
Yeah, I guess.
Ew.
We got people trying to join. So I was talking earlier about the people I was trying to avoid in my life. And now their leader is trying to get the people back into join our show here, and I don't want to talk to them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. They all heard that we needed a guest, so that's why they're all watching and waiting and wanting me to do things and talk about them. But I'm not going to do that, so let's move on.
All right.
Well, I don't know what a Chris Ledoux whiskey is.
Chris Ledoux is a country singer, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
I couldn't tell you what country singers are.
I said I think. I don't know a lot about country music. I think the name is. I think he's a country music singer. I think.
Huh. Never heard of him. It's weird that being from Wyoming, I've never been to a rodeo. I don't listen to country music, and that's like the go-to thing. And fucking cowboy hats and cowboy boots and working on a ranch and driving a big truck. Never been about that life. But so I have this fucking car, right? It's a Subaru. It's a Subaru Outback, the lesbian car of all lesbian cars.
Yep.
And I bought it because I did a lot of traveling, a lot of highway stuff. So I knew that a Subaru was good in the snow. And I got the 2.5 liter engine because I wanted it good on gas also. So it was getting like 40 miles to the gallon and I never got stuck. And it was a nice car. It was good.
Yeah.
Now I don't work far away from home anymore. I'm like right down the street. So my wife told me that after we buy a house, she's like, you can just buy yourself a truck so we can have 2 trucks. All right. So I might join them. I mean, if you can't beat them, join them, right?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with buying a truck. I own a truck. I drive a 4-wheel drive F-150. So, I mean, I don't consider myself a redneck, but I'm from the South. So, I've got some Southern pride. But I think every man should at least own one truck. If he doesn't drive it back and forth to work, if he has to commute in a car, that's fine. But I think at least, a man should own at least one truck.
Well, we have a 14, I think it's 14 Ram 1500. I just don't drive it. My wife drives it. Just because that's the way I always was. When we bought it, I just always had the car because I had to travel for work. But yeah, now she's like, we can just do 2 trucks. So I've been looking at getting myself a Ford, but I want a diesel. Like I said, can't join them. I'm going to get myself a lifted diesel that spits out black smoke when I hit the gas. Just because fuck it, why not?
That's the truck driver in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been making TikToks from my truck, and somebody the other day, because I went through a tunnel, somebody's like, "Oh, I wish I could have heard the Jakes." I was like, "This is a 2020 Peterbilt." So you can't hear the Jakes anymore on these new trucks. Yeah. They're so quiet. I mean, they work great, but you can't hear them. But I do miss that sound. Yeah. That was a great sound.
Yeah.
Because back at last year, I was driving a 2001 Pete, and it was 18 speed, and the Jakes were so loud he could wake up an entire neighborhood, and it was great.
Jeez.
I loved it. I missed that truck. They just didn't pay me enough, so it is what it is. I'm in it for the money, I guess.
Oh yeah. What other reason would there be to be? What other reason would there be?
You get to listen to podcasts all night.
Well, except for the love of driving a truck, I guess. I mean, I hear Paycheck all the time talking about how much he loves driving a truck, but he hates the job. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says it all the time. He loves what he does, but he hates the job.
Yeah, there's times I'm like, I don't want to drive a truck anymore. I'm not even, a lot of people have been doing it a lot longer than me. I've been in it 7 years. Sometimes I think about, oh man, what would it be like if I didn't drive a truck anymore, like worked in an office? And then when you think more about it, like, I don't want to work in it. 20 minutes in the office, like, get me back on the road,
Yeah, I tried doing the office thing for a short time, and that's not who I am. I can't sit behind a desk and push a pencil. That's not how I was made. I got to work with my hands,
Well, I think of doing anything else, and I've tried it a few times here and there, like local delivery stuff, and it's this truck's way too small for me. I don't like getting in and out. I just want to drive. There's something freeing about being a truck driver, but also the job sometimes sucks.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from Paycheck, which he lives in Florida, so the winters down there are like spring, anywhere else. But I hear him say all the time that, he hates because Paycheck has to deal a lot with like ports and shit like that.
Yeah, same.
And he's just not a fan of it. It's a lot, especially since COVID. He has a lot more hoops he has to jump through now in order to deliver his shit. So, but I'm not a truck driver, but I like road trips. I like driving road trips in a vehicle. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I guess I could be a truck driver if I really, really wanted to. Because I like driving, I like traveling and shit like that. So,
yeah, and if you think about who still has had a job through all this, we were like number one.
Yeah.
People were very happy with truck drivers for a little while. I think that's ended now, but they were proud of us, I guess. I just remember seeing a bunch of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Got people talking shit in the group now. I guess I'm an asshole. Anyways, I gotta quit bringing shit up. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, we've got a guy from Australia, a buddy of mine. He's got a friend that drives truck down there, and apparently he's been on a couple of the shows, some kind of Aussie truck driving shows, I guess. Anyways, we're trying to get together to get him on the show. I think that'd be an interesting show. Talk to him about what it's like to be on TV and driving truck and the differences between Australia and America truck driving and all that.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah. You should start a truck driving. You should start a truck driving podcast, man.
Yeah, people have said that a lot. But I mean, I don't know if I could do a monologue. You know, like I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not Bill Burr. I gotta bounce shit off. I can't be myself. I've thought about doing that in here a few times. Like tonight, I was like, should I just try to do it? Go live by myself. I was like, what the fuck would I even say to people? I'd just be reading comments.
That's what I'm having a problem with now. Is this show I'm trying to start up is trying to do it by myself because I've always had a co-host, and you know my comedy comes from other people being feeding off other people and shit. So to have a show that you do by yourself, just talking to a microphone and not somebody, is kind of weird for me anyway.
Yeah. I've thought about it a time or two. Sometimes, like, you are in the mood and you think, you know, you're thinking to yourself and you're going through philosophy and all this other shit, you know, and you're inside your head, you're like, oh man, that was great stuff. But if you were to try to put that into perspective on a show, I don't think it'd work. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. I don't think I'm one of the people that could do a show by myself.
Well, see, what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to set up you a small mini traveling portable studio in your truck, and then you record while you're driving, and you just record your thoughts while you're driving down the road.
Then I'd have to edit all that.
Or
you know, I've got a nice Bluetooth headset that I've been using for like Discord chats and things like that. And I did do a podcast from the road once. I called into somebody's show while I was driving, so it can be done. They said it didn't sound too bad coming from the Bluetooth headset. But what is that like? You could do Anchor off your phone or something, you know, and just record that way, upload. Yeah. I think Anchor you can record from your phone, can't you?
Yeah.
A lot of people talk shit on Anchor shows.
Well, it was the first free platform. Paycheck and Red started on Anchor. It just, whenever Anchor was first started, we jumped on during the beta version of Anchor, and we used Anchor exclusively because it was free. And then I found Wooshka. We transferred everything over to Wooshka. And then Anchor got a little bit better with their analytics. They got a little bit better with their formatting and stuff. So I almost kind of kicked myself in the ass for switching, because now Wooshka's analytics are shit, and Anchor's analytics aren't that bad. I guess maybe whenever Spotify bought them, they kind of put a little bit of time in it and a little bit of effort and made it what it is now. But
I have thought about going to Anchor, because you're right about Wooshka. They kind of went all business, and their prices are insane. And now they won't let you have more than one show. And so I had to delete one of my shows off of there just so they wouldn't discontinue this podcast.
They discontinued Paycheck and Red for like 3 days, and I only had one show on Wooshka. And whenever they made the switch over, they flagged my shit and wouldn't let me put anything out. And I fought with Wooshka for like 3 or 4 days through emails trying to get my shit back. And I finally did. And then we decided to call it quits. So
they were really good when they first started. But yeah, I've thought about switching too, but that's a lot of redirecting to do.
Yeah.
And I would lose all of my numbers. So when I switched from Zencast, I had like 16,000 downloads. I went to Wooshka and started at 0 again. Now I'm back up to almost 10,000. And it's like, if I switch again, there goes all those numbers too. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, if you're about numbers, I guess it doesn't really matter if you got 100 downloads. You just switched, but still, there's something about seeing.
I keep up with, because even I have a couple shows on Anchor still that still get listened to. The Weird and Wild West Virginia show that I had, and another horror show that I had. I have on Anchor, and I quit doing them, and I just left them up, and people still listen to them. I still get download counts on those two shows even today, and I don't want to take them off because I still like to see, you know, how good those shows do. You know what I mean? So I hate to take them off of there, but and I've thought about switching back to Anchor again, but like you say, all the redirecting and all the shit you have to go through in order to redirect your show is stupid.
Yeah, sometimes the platform will redirect for you. So when I switched from Zencast to Wooshka, this is a lot of inside baseball, by the way.
Yeah.
This is all podcasting. When I switched, I had Zencast redirect the RSS feed to the new RSS feed. So he took care of all that for me. So I didn't lose out on anything. Yeah. And it on all the platforms I checked, it kind of like auto switched. But now I'm on Pandora and Spotify and all that. I don't know how that's going to work because when I first switched, I wasn't on any of those.
Yeah.
And those are bigger platforms, so who knows how long or how hard it is to fucking switch your RSS feed.
Yeah, Brandon switched Shitty Song of the Week from Wooshka to Podbean.
Yeah.
And he says that the numbers don't add up. Like we were getting more downloads and listen on Wooshka than we were on Podbean, and it literally just redirected the RSS feed, so nothing really changed. You know what I mean? But he says it seems since the redirect that the download count changed like drastically.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people use Podbean. Some people are like happy paying for it, and I keep looking for the free alternatives, and that's probably my fault. I've recently got more into paying for things like oh, Cody, my guest just called me. It's all good. I've gotten more into paying for things like StreamYard. I was like, fuck it, pay for it. I pay for Discord. And it's like, I don't know what clicked in my head, but I always looked for like free stuff, crack codes, you know, back in the day, you look for free games.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't want to pay for this game, so let me see if I could torrent and download it, you know.
Right.
That was always who I was. Like Photoshop, I'm gonna torrent it.
Yeah. I'm guilty.
But yeah, recently it's like it just seems easier to just pay for it. It's like $20 a month. Who the fuck cares? You get better quality. You know, you get to do all the fun stuff. Just fucking pay for the shit. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm paying for StreamYard. I pay for an epidemicsounds.com account for like royalty-free music for intros and shit like that. That I've actually got a lot of use out of. It's like $12 or $13 a month, and you get access to millions of royalty-free songs of any genre to use for anything. So, I use it a lot. I pay $12 or $13 for it. I pay for the StreamYard. Brandon pays for the hosting service. So it makes shit a lot easier when you do pay for it. I mean, it's nice to have those free platforms and shit, but it is kind of helpful to pay for a little bit of stuff. Yeah, even if there's no return. You know what I mean? People that have Patreons get a little bit of return to help, you know, compensate for some of that. So paying for stuff out of pocket, I mean, it makes the shows better. You know, it makes your quality a little bit better. So,
it's never made my content any better, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting anything back from it. You know what I mean? I'm paying this money out for the shows every month, but I mean, it makes our, like I say, it makes our shows better. It gives us a little bit better quality of content and audio and all that kind of stuff. So,
if you think about it in hobby terms, you're paying $100 a month for a hobby. That's not so bad. A lot of people do that for all kinds of things.
Right. Yeah, I've got a buddy that's into like go-kart racing. He pays thousands of dollars a month just to race a go-kart and never win any money to compensate himself back for it. So, yeah,
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what clicked in my head, but my whole life I've never paid for a game either, you know. Well, like I paid for games, but not any in-game purchases. I always thought that was stupid.
Yep.
And now me and my wife I got really into Call of Duty, and we started buying not Game Pass. What's that called? Battle Pass.
Battle Passes, yeah.
Started paying for the Battle Pass and getting all the cool stuff.
Dude, my son,
like $25.
My 11-year-old son runs a Fortnite account on his. It's my PlayStation account, but he runs the Fortnite shit on it, and he could probably sell his Fortnite account, dude, for probably $700-800 easy. I spend way too much money on Fortnite than I need to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what my son asks for his birthdays and stuff, birthdays and Christmas, and like, just get me Fortnite. I want Fortnite V-Bucks. I need V-Bucks.
Yep.
So he got like $40 in V-Bucks for his birthday. He's already spent all of it. He's got all the costumes or whatever.
My little boy will do chores, or he'll get some allowance money, or he gets his own money. He sells shit at school, like some of his old toys and shit. He's a hustler. He makes his own money at school selling toys and shit. But every little dollar, every piece of money he gets goes into Fortnite. Every piece of it. He gets PlayStation cards, or Fortnite V-Buck cards, or whatever the fuck you call them. And he could easily sell his Fortnite account for $700 or $800 easy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's a little entrepreneur though. That's not a bad quality. I wish I was more like that. I don't have any ambition in my life whatsoever. I've dreamed of owning my own business and doing my own thing for years. I just have zero ambition, especially after work. Because a lot of people work on their side business, after work, until eventually it starts becoming their full-time business. And it just, to me, I get home and I just don't do anything. I watch TikTok and then I go to bed. Oh, dude, I'm so addicted to TikTok. It's insane. I watch way too much of it and I shouldn't.
Yeah, I can't get into it, man.
I
fuck around.
I thought it was
fuck around on it. Yeah, I fuck around on it with my kids, just being, funny and stupid or whatever, but I don't do TikTok, man.
My guest just apologized. He said he was riding four-wheelers. Forgot.
That's a good excuse, though, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something, you might be riding four-wheelers. My mother-in-law, I don't know if I should mention this. She got into a four-wheeler accident last week. Ooh. And I had to get some time off work. But yeah, she's all right. She's doing okay now. I don't know why I brought it up. I don't know if people want me to talk about her, but she's fine. She's all right. But yeah, got a little hit and miss there for a second.
Yeah, I've been in a few four-wheeler accidents in my time. That shit sucks.
When we had our first four-wheeler ever, my dad bought a used one for like $200, and it was like a 89 Honda or something, 89 fucking Yamaha. I don't remember what it was, but I took it off a jump down at the church, and I started flipping. It started turning to the side, So my dumb ass puts my foot down to try to kick it back up. Ooh. Flew off of it. When my foot hit the ground, I fell off the four-wheeler, and then it ran over my foot. I still have the scar. Pretty round. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
That sucks.
Anyways, any more stories?
Not right off, no.
Four-wheeler accidents. I broke all of my fingers and toes in football and baseball.
All of your fingers and toes playing football and baseball.
Yeah, I played 13 years of baseball and broke all of my toes diving into the plate. Because when I'd slide, my foot would come down. Yeah. But all of my fingers I broke, playing, random things, doing random shit, playing football. I was a wide receiver one time. I caught the ball and it bent it all the way back.
Yeah.
And I waited like 2 weeks and I just kept telling my mom that it hurt, but it was fine. And she's like, all right, I'm taking you to the doctor. He's like, well, it was broken, but it's been 2 weeks. There's nothing we can do about it now. I was like, well, fuck. So now my fingers pop constantly.
Yeah.
I can just pop them over and over and over again.
Yeah, I played 2 years of football myself.
I was a wide receiver. I played two parts. I was wide receiver and I was a safety for defense.
Oh, yeah.
And we won like 6 out of 9 games. We weren't like bad, but
yeah.
And then I quit going to high school right after that. I played for the football season. I joined high school when I was 15 in 9th grade. Played through the football season and then dropped out right after the football season. was like, all right, I did what I wanted to do. Goodbye.
I dropped out halfway through my senior year.
Yeah, I posted a picture. We have this group for because we just had our 10 year. 2007 was our graduating year, so 17. We had our 10 year, and so they created a group. When they were planning the 10-year reunion.
Yeah.
Anyways, I found a picture today, a meme that said I found a picture of me in high school, and it was just an empty chair. I posted that in there. I didn't go. Didn't go to high school.
Yeah, I think I quit halfway through my senior year.
I mean, I eventually went back and got it, but
yeah, me too.
Anyways, got a lot of people watching.
Yeah?
Not really. No, we didn't. It's fine. I was gonna bring up some stuff since we're hanging out, except for it's all on the floor. So give me a second. There we go. Go to ballwash.com and enter promo code STMPod at checkout. Ball Wash carries products such as Nuts, Butts, and Bosh, Sack Spray, which neutralizes odor, and Nut Rub, which is a cologne for your sack.
What?
Keep the funk off your junk. Ballsy. Go to ballwash.com.
Is that the ones with the trimmers and shit too?
I don't think so. I think that's Manscaped. Is one you're thinking.
Oh, yeah. Totally
Manscaped
different
keeps
company.
it trimmed. This keeps it clean.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Clean, and I think this helps keep them dry. Yeah, it does. And then this helps them smell good, I guess. Nut Rub. Just a fucking cologne for your ball sack. Anyways.
Is it a paste?
I don't know. I've never opened it.
It looks like it's in a tin. It's in a tin, right?
It's like a balm. It's a balm. Like, put it on your lips. Oh, it smells really good. Damn. It does smell good. Anyways, go to ballwash.com. Also, you can go to spunklube.com. Use promo code STMPod at checkout. Save yourself 10%.
I didn't even realize Spunk Lube was even still a thing.
It is. Yes. He still sends me stuff every now and then. I got a t-shirt not too long ago. It says I got spunked on it. We're working on a new sponsor. I told him I've already been talking to him, talking about them. But we've been email conversing and trying to convince them that we're the right move for some
Cushy?
reason. Yeah. Talked about that a little bit. Craig from StreamYard, mobile hosting. Oh, StreamYard's got mobile hosting. I do want to find this week. Somebody emailed me. So this person isn't part of a record label, and they're asking me to play their stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, moving on. You want me to talk about them?
Oh, I thought you were going to play music.
No, we do that at the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we're actually way behind on music, so I got a little ambitious. Talked to a lot of people. I've got 3 record labels on the retainer now, and apparently just people are sending us stuff, which I didn't see these guys before. But yeah, I'm about 15 songs deep now, so I'm gonna have to make up for that somewhere. Because when we have the bands on, we just play their songs, so that we lose out on a song of the week, and they're just kind of backlogged now.
Is it local music?
No, they're from all over the place. We've had guys on from California. I don't remember where. I'm trying to think of where everybody lives. I don't know. They're all over the place. But yeah, they've all been really fun. They have interesting stories. Like we like to ask them what their worst gig ever was and stuff like that. So
yeah. Is it all different types of genres, or you stick to one specific genre?
generally, yeah. Well, it's in the rock realm, but they're different genres in that: metal, grunge metal, stuff like that, punk.
Oh yeah.
They ghosted you? Who was it, Angela? Anyways. This is Ben's worst gig. Why don't you fucking get on here and talk about that, Mr. Mark Anderson, piece of shit. From Amigos PC. Shout out Amigos PC. Go to DramaCityProductions.com/Amigos. I forgot that we were in podcast wars with them. I completely spaced it. But yeah, fuck Amigos PC. They're a piece of shit.
Podcast wars? What did I miss?
Yeah, we were talking. So Legion of Skanks got really big when they had a podcast war with Guys We Fucked, which is also a big show. And they were, talking shit on each other over and over again. And then they both kind of like grew up together, I guess, got more and more listeners. And I was like, we should do that to get more listeners. Let's just get in podcast wars with people.
Okay.
So we decided to get in a podcast war with Amigos PC, and I can't remember who we were talking to about it. I think it was Dave, Sarah, and Po' Boys. So fuck Jody B, fuck Amigos. Don't listen to their shows. They suck. Just kidding. Listen to their shows. How much longer am I going to be on? Probably another half an hour, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Maybe we can do something else. Shout out to Cody Schaefer, who was supposed to be the guest tonight. You're not the only one that didn't show up, man. Randy's not here either. He's been you and him both have been messaging me through the whole thing. Like, I'm sorry. Well, you fucking should have showed up then. Anyways.
Oh shit.
Mark, are you gonna hop on or not? Thought he said he was. I guess I'd have to send him the link, huh? Probably on me. It's in the group. It's in the group chat, man. Anyways. Balls deep in a four-wheeler. All right, I gotta stop reading the comments, man. It's ruining the flow. I don't know why. Oh, he said he can't get on right now. It's all good. What else you got going on, man?
Nothing, dude.
You're the one that joined the show. It's all about you. It should be all about
full-time. Dude, I was just getting on to help you out. I don't have shit going on.
Those of you who don't know Red, I've known him for a long time. He's been on. This is probably his third or fourth time on the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Paycheck, both were on one time.
Yeah. He's
seen me go through multiple co-hosts, and he was my right-hand man on Drama City Productions, and until he abruptly left me to go do his own thing, which is fine. Didn't he start a new show? Yes, he's in the process of starting a new show right now.
Yeah. Trying to, anyway.
But yeah, I think Mark pretty much took over for you. He's my right-hand man now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. I don't know. He doesn't really help me out either. Dude, the network, Twitter, and Instagram are probably the most neglected things I have. I've got so much shit.
That's why I decided to just do my little independent thing and not have to worry about all that. No offense to you. You got a great thing going, but it was just so much to keep up with, man, and try to focus on my own show and keep up with everything else. And now I'm balls deep in Shitty Song of the Week and just a podcast. And now we're starting this Patreon. So we're trying to come up with more content for that. So it was just better. It was just better for me to just, do my own thing.
You're going to Patreon for Shitty Song of the Week or
Shitty Song of the Week. Yeah. We're doing Shitty Song of the Week will still be free every week. We moved Just a Podcast over to Patreon exclusively. You can only get that show on Patreon. And then we're doing a little mini show called Dishonorable Mentions, where we're taking the worst songs that are too bad for Shitty Song of the Week. Like, it's not fair to put them on because they're so bad. We're doing like a Dishonorable Mentions where we spend 15, 20 minutes talking about one specific song and how much worse it is, individually as it would be to put it on Shitty Song of the Week. And then we're doing we're reformatting Just a Podcast and making it like a 2.5 hour show. We're doing game show segments and conversational segments, and we're adding a true crime kind of segment to it, because Just a Podcast is all the podcast genres together. Pretty much, it's just a podcast. That's why we called it that. But we're trying to come up with different things to incorporate in 2.5 hours. So we're recording normal Just a Podcast episodes now until we get the new format and shit worked out. But we're offering 7 or 8 different things, or 6 or 7 different things on the Patreon for $5 a month. We haven't went public with it yet. We're still working on getting some shit straightened out, but it'll be $5 a month, and you get 6 or 7 extra bonus things a month on top of Shitty Song of the Week for free. So
yeah, you guys are gonna have more podcasts than Todd.
Well, it's not really more podcasts. It's just segments of individual segments of different shows
for Patreon and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel you. Just don't do any of my bands, okay? They're struggling enough as it is. Stick to mainstream.
Yeah. We haven't done a local regional thing yet. We're steady. We're strictly mainstream.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them, I mean, they'd still be touring and stuff, but
yeah.
Talking about intro songs earlier, and I've been trying to get Jason to make me a new intro song, him and my buddy Tanner, and I've asked them for like the last year at Jason on the show, and then I messaged him privately after and asked him again. It's like, if you got nothing, going on during Corona, you can go ahead and make me a new intro if you would. So I've been trying to get myself a free intro, but they haven't done it. So I'm calling them out right now, seeing if anything got done.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, dude, I subscribe to that epidemicsounds.com.
Yeah.
And it's access to millions of royalty-free beats and rock clips and all kinds of shit. Sound effects for anything. And a lot of our intros and a lot of our transition music and themes and stuff like that come from Epidemic Sounds. And it's anything you want.
I will throw it out there that if anybody makes us something, it might not stay on the show forever, but we will play it on the show if you were to make us something. Because we've had people make us stuff in the past. Right. We had one guy do like a spoken word poem. I remember they played it on the show, and then we had another guy make us a bunch of sweepers, but I haven't played them. I haven't played them since Austin was on the show, because they always said "been in Austin" in them, and it's not been in Austin anymore. Anyways, let's not get into that. Now Austin's cool. I like him a lot.
What's he doing now?
Just working. The only issue me and Austin had was conflict of scheduling, because we both started working night shift.
Right.
And he had like every other Friday off, but not every Friday. And I told him he could come on every Friday, but he had some things happen in his life. So, but he's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Towards Austin. I think he's still one of the funniest people I fucking know. He's great.
Yeah, he was a funny dude when I knew him.
Yeah. And there's an open invitation any Friday night he has off and wants to come down to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was a part of the show for a long time.
A very long time.
Yeah. So, open invitation, Austin. Same goes for AJ. because he was a part of this show for a long time. He was on. He was on not too long ago. Anyways, should we end it? You think? Just do an hour show because I started way late today, and we're out of things to talk about, and you got some editing to do.
Yeah, man. It's whatever. It's your show.
Yeah. Well, you know, it kind of, I guess. It is what it is. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on and
yeah, man. Oh yeah.
And everybody in the comments, I love all of you. Cody, it's all good, man. Somebody else said, Kyle said that empty seat could be me. You should have just came down, sat with us. It would have been all good. Everybody knows where I am. I mean, I'll unlock the door. Anybody's welcome to come sit in on the show if you want to. I don't give a shit. Throwing that out there. You guys know where I live. But yeah, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah. Shitty Song of the Week. You can follow us at Shitty Song Pod on Twitter. Just a podcast. We still have a Twitter for that, I think. It is just_a podcast. Shitty Song of the Week. We review bad music. We pit them up against one another. At the end of the year, we do Shitty Song of the Year, and we bracket style all that shit. All the songs culminated the winners of all year, and we do a bracket style song battle, and there's a winner. It's a black tie affair. We get dressed up. We kind of treat it like the Grammys.
Ah.
Yeah. There's new intro music. There's suit and ties. There's trophies. There's brackets. So, yeah. All those social media stuffs.
You guys know where to find us at STM Pod on all things everywhere. We're on TikTok and Patreon and YouTube and all this stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at NeverBeenFunny and on Instagram at NeverBeenFunny for my personal accounts. I will be playing Call of Duty tonight, most likely. That's a zombie goldfish is my gamer tag on Xbox. So you hit me up on there also. Song of the week this week goes to Royce Rothschild. Oh boy, didn't even get into conspiracies. And Ellie Jane and their song Falling. These are some people that just hit me up randomly. So I don't think they're part of a label, but check them out, support indie music, and let them know if they like it. I don't think they have at LEJ Music on all things social media and at Rozzy Rothschild. So check them out. Let them know you enjoyed it. Stick around after the show. This is for audio only, by the way, because YouTube will kick you off for playing shit. So fuck YouTube. And if you catch the audio version, you'll be able to check out that song of the week. All right. Thanks, you fucking assholes. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Later.